In this video, we're going to look at a task or submission. That's what they're called. First of all, what is it? A task or submission is very much similar to the old Echo's task, and that would be signified with that green tick. Some people call these drop boxes, some people call these assessment tasks, but now they're just called a task or submission, and it works the same way. So while we use this within a project, we use it to collect work from students when they submit the work. This could be informal or it could be formal, where we create an assessment task, they submit their project or formative task or any sort of assessment task that we would then grade within the Echo platform. So in our course, at the moment I'm looking at the editing mode of the course, and I've got one project in my course. I'm going to add a task or submission to this project. I could put it in this benchmark here, but I'm just going to add it to my project. Okay, so task or submission is down here. And from here on, it's just a matter of filling the forms out in each tab correctly, but we're going to discuss a few of these along the way. The title's straightforward. It would just be the name of your assessment task or just your informal task that you want to collect work from. Content could just be stimuli that students use, so links, images, YouTube videos, even math equations that you can insert there. You could also attach files to your computer and add further instructions to the student based on the task. Also down here, we can assign these tasks or submissions to specific groups in our project. Before I save it, I'm going to go through some of these tabs. Data, this is where we could just set our own thumbnail for the task and add just description for the course. But the most useful thing there would be the thumbnail, just giving a bit more of a context, I guess, to a task by adding your own image as a thumbnail. The next two tabs, objectives and scores, are probably the most useful and parts of a task or submission. In my course settings, I've already added these objectives. So the one's from the NTN, like a standard literacy one, and one is one from my IST course. Because I've loaded them into my course settings already, I can attach that outcome to this task. At the moment, it's not 100% clear of how we can use this, but there's going to be lots of benefits of attaching outcomes to tasks. Scores. So we can score an assessment task, like we can enter a mark for it. And I've set this course up to have IST and PHP as content. So this is very similar to how we would used to do it in the old Echo, where we would choose, if I was teaching IST, I would choose for that task that IST is getting marked, and I'd put a grade in. So for example, task might be out of 10 for IST, and I can put that in there. Remember, that's coming from setting the course up this way, which we'll look at later. Also, I can specify what type of submission I want from the student. So they could, if I said it's a single document, that would be I can only upload a single file, a PDF file. This new feature of adding multiple documents could be useful too, especially for big projects that have lots of multimedia involved and they need to submit multiple documents. The web address or URL, very similar to the old Echo with the submitting a link. And finally, notes only is when they could type directly into the task and you collect all their responses that way. The rest of this isn't too interesting at the moment. Navigation's got a few cool features in there. I like that you can add badges to tasks, so if they submit it, they receive the badge that you've created. You can also set visibility of the task based on time, and it's also the default visibility. So if I uncheck that, that would mean that straight away be invisible, and I can make it visible when I want it to be. If I can make that this task is not completed until they get a specific score as a minimum, which could be useful as well. And also I can lock the rest of the course out by checking that and making them sure that the student finishes this task before they move on, which is a very, very useful tool. And that's it for now. That's for a task or submission. And we click save just to make sure that it's saved to the project. Thank you.